Miracle Boy Boxing, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, the one and only Hosting Cruz, bringing you another exciting edition of boxing. Don't forget to hit and to like, subscribe to my channel. It's always greatly appreciated. Stay tuned. Miracle Boy Boxing. I am your host, Hosting Cruz, and guys, ladies and gentlemen, in my opinion, I don't know a lot of people's opinions as well. Jake Paul has poked the old beer and has waken him up from his sleep. And I'm talking about 57-year-old Mike Tyson. He's pissed him off, basically. A lot of people think this fight is an exhibition and all that stuff, and Mike is a money grab for both guys. You know, they're both going in there to entertain us and all that stuff. Move around, not do anything serious. But based on what I'm seeing, ladies and gentlemen, Mike Tyson is not playing around. He is not playing around, guys. You know, we all want to say he shouldn't be doing this. He's 57 years old and all that stuff. But and like I said, everyone is saying, majority of people saying it's exhibition. It's not exhibition. I'm saying it. I kept saying it over and over again. Jake Paul doesn't do exhibitions. He wants to be a world champion. Exhibitions is not going to get him to a title shot. He's got to be doing real fights. So him and Mike Tyson on July 20th is no different. Mike Tyson is just an opponent. It's just another opponent for Jake Paul. Literally, basically. But this is Mike Tyson. This is Mike Tyson. This is a guy. Give all credit to Jake Paul for doing this. Business-wise, excellent business move, all that stuff. You know, both are going to make good money out of this fight, this matchup. And kudos to Jake Paul, man, for the cojones and signing that contract and all that stuff. And dedicating himself about 4 years now with boxing, you know, getting serious, talking about being world champion, dedicating himself to the craft of boxing, and been sharp lately, pretty good. But guys, this is Mike Tyson. At the end of the day, 57 years old. I don't give a damn. Based on what I'm seeing, ladies and gentlemen, I know you've seen it too. That day 1, day 2 training that he's put up. People, there've been recent posts about Mike Tyson training. Those were, and people were saying it's old, and yeah, it was about 4 years back when Mike Tyson was getting ready for Roy Jones' exhibition. But recently, new footage have came out. Day 1, day 2, day 1. The fun has just begun. Day 2, I'm coming for you. And in those training clips, Mike Tyson, 4 years later, nothing has changed. Mike Tyson still looks the same as explosive, lethal, and dangerous as he was back then, training, hitting those mitts 4 years ago, getting ready for Roy Jones. So you can say all you want. Nothing has changed. 4 years older, 4 years later, Mike Tyson is still dangerous and exploding on the mitts. I'm gonna show you guys a clip in a second. Mike Tyson, Mike Tyson is someone that has been doing this from the time he came out. From the time he was born, Mike Tyson was born to fight. Casamado took him and created a mindset that when it's time to fight, show no mercy. It's a mindset. That's what has made Mike Tyson so vicious, ferocious, and mean inside that ring. That ego is getting ignited again. You know, Jake Paul, everyone may think Jake Paul is going to have Mike Tyson go in there and take a dive and all that stuff and money, going to play around in there with Mike and all that stuff. No. Mike Tyson's ego is so huge, and his pride to go in there, get beat up, and just take money. No. This is a fight that is going to be viewed by millions of people. They're going to be in a huge stadium. Mike Tyson ain't built like that. Mike Tyson is all about going in there and ripping your head off. Win, lose, or draw, his goal is to rip your head off. And Mike Tyson is taking this seriously, ladies and gentlemen. This is something that reminds me of George Foreman's return back in the early 90s, when George Foreman was 38, all that stuff, and everyone looked at that comeback as a joke. They're doing the same thing to Mike Tyson. Yes, Mike Tyson is much older than George Foreman was in his comeback, but Mike Tyson, this is not just a 57-year-old man. Mike Tyson is moving. If you look at his training, look at how he is hitting these pads, man, and moving. 57 years old, my ass. This guy is performing in the gym, moving in the gym like he's in his 30s. Look at that. He's lighting those pads up and knocking them out of his trainer's hand. And Rafael Cordero, who's one of the best coaches in MMA and in striking. The body shots he's been hit when Rafael Cordero is taking the wind out of him. You can see it. You can see the impact of those shots, and the speed, and the impact, and the explosiveness, and the head movement. Mike Tyson, 57 years old, guys, ladies and gentlemen. This is muscle. This is Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson is a natural. He hasn't fought pro in since 2005. He did an exhibition 4 years ago. But this is all muscle memory to Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson, for a while, has been training. He has not really stopped training since the exhibition with Roy Jones. Mike Tyson has been in the gym. And everything just comes back naturally to him, as you see in those clips. The speed, the power. The last thing to go in a fighter is your power. Mike Tyson still has that deadly power. And he's fast for a 57-year-old. He's not as fast as he was in his 20s, but he's fast enough, as you just saw. Is Mike Tyson doing a George Foreman? Maybe, maybe not. But I'll tell you this: I think he can be just as successful as George Foreman was. Let me tell you why. Yes, Mike Tyson is not 45. He's not 38 like when George Foreman came back, and 45 when George Foreman won the heavyweight title. But let me tell you something: at 57 years old, Mike Tyson is faster than when George Foreman won the heavyweight title at 45. 1, 2, he hits just as hard as George Foreman, and just hits just as hard, hits hard still, and can KO just about anybody in the heavyweight division. He's still showing, he still have that excellent head movement. He still does the sidestepping. Mike Tyson is still a beast. Now, am I saying that he can go in there and beat Usyk, Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua? At this stage of his career and age, maybe not. I know he can give them a few good rounds, but to go deep in 12-round fights and all that stuff, I don't think so. Not with those guys. Maybe against Robert Helenius, maybe against Charles Martin, G-Raw Washington, Bermane Stavern, those heavyweights. But a top heavyweight right now, nah. Maybe not, no. But those heavyweights that I mentioned, the Staverns, the Heleniuses, the Martins, all that stuff, those guys, Mike Tyson, I think, can give a run for their money and probably beat them. Mike Tyson, like I said, he's just not your typical 57-year-old man. This is a man that loves that fights for, that has fought for a living for all his life. And Jake Paul has signed this contract here with Mike Tyson, and guess what? Mike Tyson is taking this thing serious. So, is it a mistake for Jake Paul? Has Jake Paul made a big mistake? Let me tell you something, guys. Mike Tyson is a fast starter in fights, right? This has been labeled, so far, I have not seen anything advertised as an exhibition. So, it is what it is. It's a fight. Mike Tyson is a fast starter in all his fights. So Jake Paul is going to have to overcome a Mike Tyson that is going to come out fast out of the gate, straight at him, head movement, side to side, and who's going to look to unload some bombs on Jake Paul. And what is Jake Paul going to do about it? I don't know. We don't know. How will Jake Paul respond with a bull Mike Tyson coming forward at him with a barrage of punches, looking to unload, going for the KO? How will Jake Paul respond to something like that? How will Jake Paul get Mike Tyson off of him? This is the challenge for Jake Paul. Jake Paul is going to have to survive the first round, the second round, the third round, and hope that Mike Tyson tires. Because the longer the fight goes, likely Mike Tyson may tire. But this is the thing, the first round. All Mike Tyson needs is one with Jake Paul. Good shot right on the chin. And Mike Tyson, based on those clips, has the chance to end this fight in one round. Another thing, when Holyfield trained for his comeback against Vitor Belfort, I was not convinced just by the training, man. He looked really not convincing. Physically, he looked well. He looked really good. But the performance says it all. If you cannot perform in the gym, you can't fight. And Evander Holyfield did not perform in the gym. And we all saw what happened in that fight against Vitor Belfort. Evander Holyfield almost knocked himself out. He threw a left hook and knocked himself out of the ring. Embarrassing. Now looking at Mike Tyson's training, it's day and night. Mike Tyson is training like he's still in his damn 30s. Moving side to side, ducking, bobbing and weaving, exploding on the mitts. Speed, power, drilling those mitts. Mitts are flying off of this trainer's hands. Mike Tyson is actually serious about this fight with Jake Paul. To the point that it seems that he's trying to put in the training camp of a lifetime for Jake Paul. So, and that's the big problem for Jake Paul. For Mike Tyson to take this thing serious is a problem. Let me tell you. Let me read you something I found on Facebook. I'm sure you guys have seen it too. If you think I signed the contract for money, you're effing stupid. I'm coming to retire him early so he can join his brother in WWE. Listen, he ain't doing shit to me. You're gonna see how old I am on fight night. I like Jake as a person, and I know many of you have said that Jake Paul and Mike Tyson are good friends, so they're going to go in there and have fun. Nope, it's not the case. I like Jake as a person. He knows it. But I'm a different animal. I'm doing the world of boxing a favor. Enough with this nonsense. You'll see. I'm coming for his head. So Jake Paul has not really fought any real competition in boxing, right? So here comes Mike Tyson, 57-year-old, whatever. You look at those clips, you look at the comparisons, and Mike Tyson had the chance to really end it all with Jake Paul, man. Y'all talking about money grab, Mike Tyson going in to play around, all that stuff. Mike Tyson is going in this thing 100% serious mentally, and he's ready to. He's going to fight. And likely, if that's the case, and likely, based on what I'm seeing, it is. Jake Paul is in some serious trouble because he's dealing with a Mike Tyson that's in training and ready. Jake is actually dealing with the Mike Tyson of old. He's dealing with Mike Tyson. He's not dealing with the Mike Tyson that did an exhibition Roy Jones saying, "Oh, we're gonna be all right." No. Mike Tyson is not saying we're gonna be all right. He's saying I'm gonna knock your head off, meaning I'm not gonna hold back. I'm gonna unleash on Jake Paul. I'm gonna drive this right hand on Jake Paul's chin like I drove my right hand on Andrew Galata when he dropped and he quit on the stool. Michael Spinks, Larry Holmes. those fights. Razor Ruddock, Trevor Berbick. Jake Paul cannot even withstand what Danny Williams withstood against Mike Tyson in that first round. I don't know if you guys remember that fight. Even though Mike Tyson lost, that first round was hell for any boxer. Danny Williams, I don't know how he survived that. Took that uppercut, and Mike Tyson rocked his world. And he held on. He survived, man. But that was Jake Paul. Jake Paul would have not survived that round. I'm telling you. And Mike Tyson tweaked his knee in that fight, unfortunately. But so yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I think Mike Tyson still has what it takes enough to beat Jake Paul. You know, Jake Paul, he's young, he's big. Like I said, he's dedicated 4 years of boxing. He's dedicated 4 years into his craft. And but this is Mike Tyson, ladies and gentlemen, 57 years old. But this man ain't playing. He doesn't look 57 in training, and that's a problem for Jake Paul, man. What do you guys think? Jake Paul, Mike Tyson, man. Mike Tyson, to me, is still Mike Tyson. And this is a Mike Tyson that's more mentally. Back then, when he fought Danny Williams and McBride, all he was doing it for the money, man. He was paying bills. He was in drugs a lot, dealing with women still, money, women problems. He no longer has those issues. Yeah, he smokes weed, but that's it. He doesn't do any more cocaine, all that stuff. Mike Tyson doesn't need to fight. He doesn't need any money to fight. He's just doing it just to do it because it's his passion. Mike Tyson is a fighter. So, based on what I'm seeing, guys, in the training camps, with Mike Tyson, I'll be worried for Jake, man. If I was Jake, I'll be worried. And we're just 2 days in. We got all the way till July, so imagine how much in shape Mike Tyson is going to be in by the time it's time to fight. And look how hard he's going already. This is a legend of the sport. This is a professional. One of the greatest heavyweights of all time. Who has a plan to go in there and make Jake Paul look ordinary, and to avoid Jake Paul from making him look stupid. Mike Tyson is not gonna just go in there and let someone put hands on him and embarrass him. Hell no. Hell no. That's not how Mike Tyson rolls. You gotta earn beating Mike Tyson. Like how Mike Tyson said, we're good, but not in that ring. And you're gonna see. So let me know what you guys think, man. Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul, July 20th. It's getting serious, guys. This is not an exhibition. I'm warning you, this is not an exhibition. This is Jake Paul versus a raging bull Mike Tyson, who's gonna come out of that first round and unload and unleashed. Good end in the first round, man. Like how you guys been saying, if Mike Tyson takes a dive or this fight goes past 3 rounds or even 2, it's staged, and Mike Tyson sold the fight. But I highly doubt that's what's gonna happen. Mike Tyson is training his butt off, as you guys see already. 2 days in. His intention is to put the training camp of a lifetime based on what I'm seeing, and Jake Paul just better get ready because he ain't really facing a 57-year-old Mike Tyson, man. This guy, he's facing like a 35-year-old Mike Tyson. How about that? It's crazy. Anyway, I just wanted to come in here and tell you guys about that. I know I spoke about this fight before, this matchup, but based on the trainings that I've been seeing with Mike Tyson, I just had to come on here and tell you guys how serious this is and getting. Jake Paul, man, it is what it is. You signed a contract and you poked the bear, and now you got to deal with it. Miracle by Boxing, guys. I am your host, Wilson Cruz. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, guys. It's always a pleasure to talk to you guys about boxing right here. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.